So I recently got these two 110cc mini quads. And today I'm gonna be taking this one right here and changing it over to a 72 volt electric quad. First thing we're gonna have to do with this is go ahead and strip it down to its bare frame. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I feel like the first thing to do on this build is to go ahead and tackle our motor situation and figure out where we're gonna put our motor and motor plate. I've got just a regular Predator 212 mini bike plate that you'd get. It's not the slanted, it's just the flat for either like go-karts or mini bike Predators, whatever. It was just Amazon basic or eBay basic. But it seems good enough to give me a nice solid plate where I can weld the plate to the bike and I'm not having to weld on the electric motor. Also, it gives me a place to drill and get my hands in here to get access to those bolts and nuts. I'm thinking something like this with the plate. And then if I got room, come right through here with the electric motor. I want to try to keep it back to this axle as close as possible. And I also need to make sure I can line these two sprockets up, which it looks pretty decent. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get something on it to make sure it's exactly straight. But this gives us some working room to slide the motor around on this plate right here. And I think that's gonna work out great for our motor situation. So let's go ahead and try to get this thing mocked up, figure out exactly where we're gonna align this thing at, and start getting it put on there. So we went ahead and got the seat moved back last night. I got the brackets on it and it's supported. So we've got our seat slid back. We've got this little piece here for our clamp or our clip. And then I've got this to support the tail of the seat. This used to be the gas tank holder. So now if we just drop it in like this, push down, she's solid. So we got a seat slid back. That makes this a lot more comfortable to drive. Gives me better access to the brake with my feet because I'm slid farther back. And we went ahead and got the motor mounted up. I got it aligned with a piece of chain. Got it as straight as I possibly could. And we've got that bolted onto our welded plate right here. So that's all good to go. Next really on this is to change out all this dusty, crusty suspension and put us a new axle on here that's not bent. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we've got our new rear axle put on, we've got our new suspension put on, and our chain and alignment for our rear sprocket up to our motor is looking fantastic. It looks dead straight. I'm perfectly happy with that. The only issue we're having right now is a little bit of chain clearance right here on the frame. It's wanting to rub, just kind of having a mock up here. So I think the issue is our new suspension is just a little bit taller than our old one, just because I wanted a little more give, and it's also hard to find suspension this small aftermarket. So I think to help this issue of our frame clearance, because our suspension's too tall, we're just gonna take this bracket right here and move it up all the way up top right here. And this should give us just the room that we need to bring this axle up, clear the chain on the frame, and also it'll allow us to keep bigger suspension in the future if we decide to change this. So that's what I'm gonna do now, is get this unbolted, get the chain off of here, which it's just mocked up anyways, and I'm gonna cut this bracket off and move it up. So hopefully everything should work out a lot better. So now that we pretty much got everything wrapped up as far as the handlebars and suspension goes, let's go ahead and finish this build off with the controller, battery, and rubber, and try to take this thing on a test drive. Quad, go! Woo! This thing's fast. Yeah, I ain't got no complaints with top speed. He's got all the top speed. Just no low end torque. Let's try a sidewalk. Oh, suspension works so much better now too. Oh yeah, now we're cruising on the sidewalk. Yo, yo, yo. I'm glad I moved the seat back too, because this new seating position helps so much better on this rear brake down here. Whew. You definitely don't want to be trying to take any turns at like over 20. Mini quad out. Oh. I'm still gonna keep complaining that it doesn't do wheelies. Definitely gonna have to get another controller. But as far as top speed goes and everything else, I'm happy. Let's pop off and take a look. Yeah, she's looking good. Sounding good. So glad I went with that gold chain. Oh, if only she did wheelies. Make sure she ain't warm. No, that's not terrible at all. Motor's just a little warm to the touch, but nothing terrible. Battery, no warmness at all. Wires, barely warm. Cool. Yeah, I think everything's starting to get nice and broken in now. Everything was stiff from the build. Now she's rolling so much better. Yeah, this suspension is so much better. Like leaps and bounds better. It felt like no suspension before, and now you can actually feel it kind of taking up some of these bumps. Woo. And it will definitely lock up the rear tires. You know, just city riding on a mini quad. I hope this thing don't die on me because I'm probably a good mile away from the house. I guess worst case scenario, I'll call the wife to come get me, but that's not what I want to do. Excuse me. Thank you. Go here to this nice little spot. Got a bug in my mouth. Post up the mini quad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I really beefed up that rear suspension. That helped out so much. That thing has been doing great. And I could even soften it up just a little bit more. But that front suspension is golden. I don't need to play with that at all. I'm not exactly sure how much range I got, so I think my best bet's to go ahead and start heading on back to the house. Ooh, beautiful C8 Corvette. What, a headlight out? Pretty. This is going to wrap it up for the mini quad build. This thing was an absolute blast. The top speed of over 40 miles an hour is by far fast enough for this. We are going to have to get another controller because these new vevor controllers are not it for wheelies. And we definitely have to be able to do wheelies. So that's the first thing we're going to have to order for this is go ahead and get us a new controller, maybe a far driver or something where we can program it. Hopefully we can get this thing to start wheeling and tearing some grass up in the backyard. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't really complain. It does what it does, and it was under $1,000. So I'm happy with it overall. Who wouldn't be? Anyways, until next time, I'll see you guys later.